What's up, you guys? I talked to Dooner today. Dooner, ooh, wow! Dooner Livingstone, the traveling man. I'll get this right, I promise. He said I can tell you guys about this one, TMK and Dooner, and I told you. Uh, Somebody messed me. I told you earlier that I didn't name my plumbing company Too Many Kids because another buddy of mine, Randy Wade, said, "Oh, that's TMK. That's a three-man kill. That's Dooner's band." So I'll tell you that story. Uh oh, my wife is here. I gotta get dressed. No, I don't. um, we'll do these. We'll do Tater and the New Adventure. We'll do TMK and Dooner, and we'll do the June Bug incident. Let's do those. I gotta get these redone. Have y'all ever seen a tattoo like that? That's a tattoo. It's so faded. I didn't really notice it till now. Yeah, gotta get that redone. That's a different story. I'll tell you that story later. The tattoo incident. The tattoo story. All right. So, Bill Mayhaw, I drove by today and you was spraying weed killer on your hydrant, and I waved and you looked because I got a different truck. That was me waving at you. That was me. That's just me saying hi, being goofy. I started to honk. I was like, man, that's so rude to honk at somebody. So I didn't. Yeah, Bill Mayhaw, that was me. You were spraying your hydrant, and I come by in a white truck, and I went. That was me. TMK, which for me was going to be Too Many Kids. TMK for Dooner, Dooner Livingstone, who has his own channel, which is way more popular than mine. But he's a cool dude. He deserves to be way more popular than me. I'm just being goofy. I'm just, like I told him, once this is recorded, once it's on the internet, you can't take it back. And that's my whole goal. I want my kids to understand how I became what I am, what made me this way, the good times, the bad times. I'm not touching on the bad times because I don't want you to feel sorry for me. I don't want you to, oh, poor. It's nothing about poor baby. It's nothing like that. I drop little hints and little nuggets, things that might have happened. I'm 50, to the best of my memory. If I get them wrong, hey, build a time machine, go back and remind me exactly what happened because I'm doing my best. Um, yeah, this one involves Jimmy Cole, Jimmy Dooner Cole, Dooner Livingstone, the traveling man, whatever. So, God, I feel like I've told this one. I was grown, I was married. I lived on Brookwood and I worked at Walmart. Walmart was then where Tractor Supply is now. And Jimmy was just a high school kid. He hadn't married Bridget. I miss Bridget. He hadn't married her yet. I actually was invited to the wedding. I've never been more proud. So I went to the wedding. That was a whole lot of years ago. They're still happily married. I think, I think, no, hell, think. I know. If they were to put on a class, 99% of you would learn something. 99% of you would learn something. Now then, the 1% of you that's been married longer than them are you're probably in your 80s. I don't know anybody our age or anywhere close to our age that's been married nearly as long as them. But again, I can't think of two people that are more perfect for one another. And They're both amazing people. I love them both to death. And I'm getting sidetracked. So, way before any of that, they were dating in high school sweethearts, if you will. And Dooner was in a band because he plays amazing guitar. I wish you guys could know the Dooner that I knew back then. Like, holy cow. He just got a natural ability. He formed a band, and I'll leave everybody else's name out of it. But to this day, I'll tell you the drummer's name started with a D. The lead guitarist started with an S, and the bassist started with a B. And then Dooner, who kind of played rhythm, was the front man. Went to a bunch of shows and had a real good time. And it seems like I went to a concert in Valiant, and they were called Dirge. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Again, in Time Machine, I think they were called Dirge. Before this incident happened, I think they were Dirge or Requiem, Dirge or Requiem or Dirge. But it was in Valiant, and then not long after, the name change came along, and I'm gonna tell you the story. I'll get to it, I promise. So we were on Brookwood, 303 Brookwood, which is now behind AutoZone. Years ago, and I was 21 and they weren't, so I would buy. At the time, statute of limitations ran out. I would have parties, and they would come to it, or they would come over, and I'd buy them beer and whatever. 305 was an abandoned house, and it was a safe place. Anybody come hang out. Now you couldn't get too drunk. If you're too drunk, I'd take your keys. And that's never been a problem. But I was young. Um, the house next door, 305, was an abandoned house. And we all knew that an Indian dude would go over there and he would hang out. And sometimes he'd play music, and sometimes he wouldn't. Sometimes he would do like the little traditional chant. Sometimes he wouldn't. Sometimes he wouldn't show up at all. But he was always, always, always drunk. I'm not saying he was drunk every day. I'm not saying he was there every day. I'm not saying that at all. But it was no big deal for him to be there next door. He never gave us any problems. He never, any trouble, nothing. So we had been drinking at my house at 303, which is south of 305. And one day we heard like a bunch of whatever, and Dooner or B, somebody that was there, said, "Hey, what's going on next door?" I said, "Man, y'all know it's just drunk Indian, whatever." We'd seen him a time or two. I say drunk Indian. He was the Indian that was drunk that particular time. We got the bright idea. Let's go check on him. Let's go talk to him. Hell, okay. I can't even remember his name. I knew him, but I didn't know him. If you know what I mean. So we went over there, and he may have had the radio. I don't even know what was going on. To them, it was like, woo, it's exciting. To me, it's just like, that's what we do. Hell, we're in the ghetto. They weren't from where I was from. So in my mind, to them, I was kind of safeguarding, if you will. Nothing was going to happen to them, but they got to see something they wouldn't normally see, if that makes sense. And so they said, "Hey, man, are you okay?" He said, "Yeah, I'm okay." But he didn't want us being there. Like, that was his, although it was an abandoned house, that was his spot, not ours. And I said something to him, and I said it in Choctaw, because I could tell by the way his accent that he spoke Choctaw. And he looked at me and he said something back in Choctaw. Kind of let him know, hey, we're not just somebody. Like, I know what's going on, you're no danger. Kind of put him at ease. You had to be there. So, I'm going to say Dooner. I don't know. Dooner might have said, "Hey, man, what's your name?" And he kind of looked at me, and what he said, the words he said, he said it in Choctaw. And I kind of looked at him, and I looked at them. He was laughing, and they was like, "What the hell?" I understood kind of what had just happened. You know, hmm. It was B, it was Dooner, and myself. And they said, "What's your name?" Trying to be friendly. Well, he said to them, "My name is basically in Choctaw." He said, "My name is I've killed 3 men, or 3 men get killed." You have to understand Choctaw to. Hmm. You have to machine on Choctaw to to really get it. And I was like, "Hey, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go." They didn't understand what happened, so I got him outside and I said, basically, what he said is he's killed 3 men, and there's 3 of us that are messing with him. Basically, he don't want to be messed with. Not that he would actually do it, but he don't want to be messed with. And that's the end of the night, you know. And it, well, no, what does this mean? What does this mean? Well, this word means this, and this word means this, and this word means this. So he said, "My name is," and he said, and I was like, "Yeah, we gotta go." Basically, I mean, it's a little bit more to the story, but so the exact order that he said it in, you have to understand, is I've killed 3 men. In Choctaw is 3 men killed, or 3 man kill. If you speak Choctaw, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So that stuck out in their mind. That incident. This is the best I can remember it. I may be foggy, I may be wrong, but this is the way I remember it. 28, 29 years ago. They were never in any danger. They were never in any trouble. More than anything, I was insulted that he would act that way. So I didn't say, "Hey, let's go," because I'm scared of him. It's like, "Hey, he's an idiot. I see what he's up to. Let's go." And we got back to the house, and through the course of the night, they said, "What does this word mean? What does this word mean? What does this?" Whatever, whatever. I don't speak Choctaw. I don't understand Choctaw. I don't know anything about Choctaw. But because the dude spoke Choctaw and I understood enough that we had to leave, the um, the name 3 Man Kill came about because of my understanding. Because of my understanding what he said. They thought it was cool enough they're gonna name a band 3 Man Kill because when they lost their lead guitar player, whose name starts with an S, they became 3 Man Kill. Everything else aside, I feel like Dooner was a better guitar player than S anyway, but that's none of my business. Years later, I hold this opinion. That's none of my business. So, TMK and Dooner. I told you I didn't name my company Too Many Kids because Randy Wade said that's TMK, that's Dooner's band. Yes, sir. I said I'd tell you that story later on, and I did. 13 minutes. The June bug incident. That's this one. The June bug incident. So I'm at work at the fire department. I'm a full-time firefighter at this point. And we were at the old station, and we were upstairs, and the heat rises. We didn't have the highfalutin station that we have now. We had whatever little air conditioner can do, and it would crack the windows or the big bay doors to let cool air in. You know, hopefully, if the wind blew, it would push the cool air in and the hot air out. Now, albeit we're behind the door and windows, we were burning up, burning up. So we do anything we could do at the time in the old station. Like, we were roughing it. We would open the doors, you know, which we still open the doors. You drive by and see doors open a little bit. We're just trying to get a draft in there. Well, there's lights on, and the June bugs will find their way in. And I'm so soft-hearted. I'm hearted, not brain. I'm soft brain. I'm so soft-hearted. Next morning, because we work 6 p.m. to 6 p.m., so we were there the next morning. I would grab a big push broom, and I would go down and I would push all the June bugs back outside so they didn't get run over by the trucks. Because we would come in at night, do whatever we needed to do, get up in the morning, do truck checks. We drive out. You see like a line of run over June bugs. I'm like, man, what? Don't yeah, we ain't got to run over June bugs. So I get up extra early. I skip breakfast because I don't ever eat breakfast, and I sweep them all up. I push them outside because I'm a giant brain. Giant brain. I'm not a giant brain. My old soft, squishy meatball heart. I sweep all these bugs from three. I do it. I get underneath the trucks. I sweep them all in one big pile, and I go over here, and they're all moving around, moving around. I'm working my butt off, trying to get them all swept. But they keep crawling, crawling. I'm like, look, some of them's on their back. Some of them. I'm like, look. If you let me sweep you up, I talk to them. If you let me sweep you up into a pile, I'll push you outside, and then you have a chance. Because in here the floor is slick, like this, but outside the floor is rough, like this, concrete. You have a chance to turn over and fly away and go do whatever Junebug does. Man, I can't wait. I'm all happy. I'm gonna save the Junebug, you know. And I shove them outside, the whole big old wad of them. There's probably 200 Junebugs outside the door, where there's probably 30, whatever they are, birds that, y'all seen the movie Birds? That's what it reminded me of. I don't know where they come from. I don't know how they got the message. But those 200 June bugs hit the driveway, and those 30 birds got the message, and they was like, I've never been so sad in my life. Never been so sad in my life. That broke my heart. I got 2 stories out. 2 stories, because I took too long on Dooner's story. The high pole, cooking a brisket, the biggest ramp, Tater and a new adventure, the tattoo story. We're at 18 minutes. I'm not going to go over. 41 subscribers. Thank you. I think 3 of you actually watch, but thank 41 of you. I might do another one. I might do 4 today. Who knows? That's almost like I do as many. I want to have as many stories as I have subscribers, and I have 41 subscribers and like 30-something stories. That's impressive, y'all. That's impressive. I didn't think I could find. Well, I didn't think I could find. You know, all my kids and all my wives, both my wives, all my kids and both my wives would probably sit down for a 30-second something, and they'd probably figure out I wasn't talking about them. They'd get pissed off at the other, whatever. 41? 41? Are you kidding? Super impressive. I keep waiting any day for the number to drop. That's going to break my heart like the wind changing direction. 19 minutes. See you guys. Love you. Bye.